Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you all today? I'm Myrza Sison, and welcome to Join Lang Nang Join, where together we'll explore how we can keep saying yes to life so we can enjoy all the great experiences it can offer and live the life we want to live. So, today we're going to talk about fear. Ano yung fear? Takot, also known as courage, bravery. Lahat tayo meron yan. Kahit ako may fear, di ba? Ako yung magtuturo how to be fearless, pero kahit ako may fear. Can we help it? Kasi pinalaki tayong lahat na may takot ng magulang natin. We cannot blame them, di ba? Habang lumalaki tayo, tinatakot nila tayo. Huwag kang pupunta dyan, may mumu. Di ba? Or huwag kang tatalon dyan, baka masugat ka. Di ba? Parang lahat ng galaw natin may takot. And we really can't blame them kasi the world is not really a very safe place. Lalo na ngayong may pandemic, di ba? Daming danger out there. Kailangan may konting takot. Pero yung psychological takot which prevents us from living the kind of life that we want to live or achieving our dreams, yon ang mahirap. Pero if you know that everything you want is on the other side of fear, kailangang malagpasan mo yung takot, di ba? So today, tuturuan ko kayo kung paano. So first of all, background ko, I used to be an editor. Editor ako noon ng Cosmopolitan magazine, Marie Claire magazine, and other websites like Female Network, Spot.ph. So I have a long history of editing magazines and addressing the concerns of women. Before I was an editor, I was a model. I was a fashion model for a long time. I was a fashion model in Manila and all over Asia. Before I was a model, I was a computer programmer. O, di ba? Ang layo. Ang layo talaga. Hindi ko akalain na one day magiging model ako. Secret dream ko maging model. But I had a stable job na pinili ng parents ko, which is computer programming. Hindi ko naman alam na one day magiging model ako. And paano nangyari yun? Kasi nalagpasan ko yung takot. Siyempre nakakatakot, di ba? Dahil pinag-aral ka ng magulang mo, naghirap sila para pag-aralin ka, and then they found a stable way for you to sustain your income in the future, di ba? They paved the way for a better future. And then tatalikuran mo lang dahil gusto mong i-pursue yung hilig mo, mahirap yon. So when I was young, wala akong takot. I don't know kung ganun din yung experience nyo, pero the younger you are, the less afraid you are. I don't know, maybe because what you don't know can't scare you. I find out now na I'm not so young na parang dumami yung takot ko kasi ang dami ko nang alam. Parang the more you know, the more natatakot ka, which should not be the case, and I'm gonna explain later. So, before I was a model, nung bata ako, I was super shy. Sobrang mahiyain ako. Sobrang mahiyain akong bata na hindi ako nakikipaglaro, wala akong kalaro, nakaupo lang ako sa isang sulok, nagbabasa ng libro. Sobrang akong nahihiyang makipag-usap, makihalubilo sa mga ibang bata. In fact, even in school, sobrang tahimik ko lang. Sobrang quiet, sobrang shy, sobrang tahimik. Sa sobrang kong mahiyain, minsan, pag yung mga pinsan ko, mga tita ko, pupunta sa bahay namin, sobra akong nahihiya. Ayokong bumaba, ayokong lumabas ng kwarto dahil sobra akong nahihiya. As in, grabing hiya. Nagbago ang lahat nung magka-college na ako. So from high school, pagdating mo sa college, di ba, you can start a new life. Hindi nila kilala. Parang naisip ko, walang may kilala sa akin dito. Hindi nila alam na ako yung pinakamahiyain kid in high school. So I reinvented myself. And I bought a book called Shyness. Naalala ko pa siya, color orange siya. Shyness by Dr. Philip Zimbardo, who has become a world expert on shyness. So when I read that book and I learned the tools to help me overcome shyness based on scientific studies and psychological research, natuto ako how to overcome my shyness. And when you're shy, you're afraid, di ba? So in short, I also overcame my fear. So why is this talk called How to Be More Fearless and not How to Be Fearless? Okay, I'll show you and I'll show you. Ayan, how to be more fearless. Hindi siya how to be fearless. In the past, lagi akong binubook to give inspirational talks sa mga corporations, sa mga International Women's Day on how to be fearless. But now I know that we have to aim for progress and not perfection. Right now that I'm in my, I don't know, fourth career, and as I mentioned earlier, nung bata ko, wala akong takot. But the older I got, parang dumami yung takot ko. So kahit ako ngayon, may takot. Like even talking to you right now, for me to get to this point, I had to overcome a lot of fears. So that's why this talk is called How to Be More Fearless and not How to Be Fearless. Kasi we can only keep improving and I cannot claim to be perfectly fearless. It's just that day by day, I strive to be more fearless. But before that, I'm going to greet everyone. Thank you to Scarlett Keithy Bangwis. I am Jess Sison. Thank you for the halo. Who else did I miss? Cheryl. Hello to Algis. Renee Sampang. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you learned something today. Hello to user 687. You're always here. Janik, Karen, Faye Rio Boca. Wow, what a long name. Thank you, everyone, from wherever you are. And feel free to type in your questions, and I'll try to answer them. Hello po from Jenny Ju. Ayan. And please follow me. Follow me on KUMU, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, lahat na. And ang bagong website ko, myrza.com. So yun, I'm looking forward to all your questions. I'm sure meron din kayong mga questions about being scared. Kayo ba natatakot ever or hindi? Baka yung new generation kasi wala nang takot. Tama ba yun? Hindi ako sure. So, to start off, the acronym, there is an acronym. FEAR is actually an acronym for false evidence appearing real. Yung fear, nasa utak lang natin yun. It's all in our head. That's why there's a quote from Unknown, fears are stories we tell ourselves. Kasi kung tutusin, ano ba yung takot? Physical ba siya na nandyan sa harap mo? Like halimaw or multo? Hindi. It's all in our head. It's our inner voice scaring us. It's our inner voice saying, huwag mong gawin yan, baka itong mangyari. Or huwag kang pupunta dyan, itong mangyari sa'yo. Huwag kang mag-try ng ganyan, mag-fail ka lang. It's all our inner critic stories in our head. So according to B. Halotsky's 04, just think positive always. Totoo yun. So the great writer Mark Twain said, courage or fearlessness is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not the absence of fear. When you say you are fearless, or when you say hindi ka takot, hindi ibig sabihin na walang takot, dahil nandiyan lagi yung takot. Pero you are brave enough na kalabanin yung fear. So yung takot laging nandyan. Ang kailangan lang natin matutunan ay paano kalabanin yung takot. Here's another famous writer, Rudyard Kipling. He wrote The Jungle Book. Ang sabi niya, of all the liars in the world, sometimes the worst are our own fears. Sa lahat ng sinungaling in the world, the worst are our own fears. Why? Because nga it is false evidence appearing real. Fake news siya. Yung fear, it's really all in our head. So, to continue, and Herman Melville, another great writer who wrote Moby Dick, said, ignorance is the parent of fear. Bakit tayo may takot? Dahil ignorante tayo about something. What are we afraid about? It means it's the unknown. We are afraid of what we don't know. So what is the number one step in conquering fear? Know yourself inside out. The more you know yourself, the less you will be afraid. The more you know who you are and what you want, the less things will scare or upset you. Kasi nga, mastery of fear. So know yourself inside out, know your fears, and know your power. When I say know yourself inside out, kailangan alamin mo ang lahat ng tungkol sa sarili mo. Saan ka magaling? Saan ka mahina? Anong lakas mo? Anong assets mo? Anong kailangan mo i-improve? Ilista mo yun lahat. Lista lahat. Lista. Bawa, magaling ako sa math, magaling ako sa accounting, mahina ako sa English, mahina ako sa conversation. Minsan, kung saan ka mahina, doon ka natatakot, di ba? Parang, ayokong mag-present sa boss kasi natatakot ako. Ba't ka natatakot? Analyze mo isa-isa yung takot mo. Ba't ka natatakot? Natatakot akong mautal. Bakit ka natatakot mautal? Pagkausap naman kita, okay ka naman. Kasi natatakot ako mag-English. Bakit ka natatakot mag-English? Kasi mahina ako sa English. So yun pala yung fear, di ba? Hindi ka natatakot mag-present. Natatakot ka lang mag-English dahil sa tingin mo mahina ka mag-English. Pwedeng mag-Tagalog, di ba? Sa mga beauty contest ngayon, ang Q&A, pwede ng Tagalogin, pwedeng humingi ng interpreter. Kung di naman pwede at requirement, for example, sa company niyo na mag-English, hindi mag-aral ka mag-English. Kung mahina ka, mag-practice ka, di ba? YouTube University is right there. There are so many videos which will help you. How to pronounce, how to speak like a native, how to improve your grammar. The more you improve, the better you'll get and the less you'll be afraid. Also, that's what I said, know your fears. Ilista mo lahat ng fear mo. For example, for me, after I became an editor, and then now I'm trying to be a host, trying to have live streams, trying to have videos on KUMU. Before I got to this point, nag-pandemic, di ba? Even if sanay ako mag-host ng mga events, for example, for Cosmopolitan before, ibang klase itong live streaming. In fact, hangang-hanga ko sa inyong mga KUMU streamers kasi, my gosh, for 1 hour, dire-diretso kayong magsalita. Ang hirap kaya, nung ako na, parang, oh my gosh, naubusan ako, kailangan ko laging may kodigo, kaya may kodigo sa baba. So, pinag-aaralan ko siya lagi. Nag-take ako ng courses sa hosting, naghanap ako ng mentor para turuan ako. Araw-araw nanonood ako ng mga videos sa YouTube on how to speak better, how to host, how to present better in videos, di ba? How to, for example, hold your gaze to the camera. Natuto akong how to light myself kasi one-man show to. Ang hindi ko lang ma-master tong bangs ko kasi since sariling sikap, lagi siyang naghihiwalay. Anyway, so yun, if you know your assets and liabilities, kung saan ka magaling at saan ka mahina, improve mo kung saan ka mahina. You just improve every aspect that you feel you have a weakness. And then you will be more brave because you're equipped with the tools and the skills to conquer what you are afraid of. And that is the key. So know yourself inside out. Self-awareness is really key. Actually, self-awareness is the foundation of any kind of success in life and happiness. So really make an effort to know yourself. Try and carve out time in a day para lang kilalanin ng sarili mo. Nakakatulong talaga yung, that's why they're saying yung journaling, pagsulat ng pagsulat. Nakakatulong talaga kasi parang nagkakaroon ka ng brain dump. Lahat ng mga thoughts sa isip mo, dinadump mo lahat sa papel. Sulat ka lang ng sulat. List. Assets, strengths, weaknesses, how to improve the weaknesses, fears, analyze each fear. From each fear, gawa ka ng mind map. I don't know if you know how to do a mind map where you just connect like, ba't ako takot dito dahil takot ako dito? Ba't ako takot dito dahil takot ako dito? Hanggang matatrace mo kung paano i-tackle yung problem. Break down every fear until you can think of steps in order to take baby steps and work towards the goal of conquering a specific fear. Ayan, okay. Thank you to Gats Mombide who said, wow, wow, Dan, for watching. Also to Zita and user. First time ko dito. Hehehe, ang daming user yung pangalan. Rivera, hello. Aya Janelle, thank you everyone. I wish you would ask questions para masagot ko siya anytime at all. You can interrupt me. Number 2, help yourself prepare. If you are not doing anything about your fear, you will really get scared. So Dale Carnegie, who is a motivational speaker and author from maybe the 50s and the 60s, he wrote a best-selling book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Ang sabi niya, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Like I said, once you analyze your fear and you break it down into steps, take action. Don't just sit there and think, kakatakot. Sayang yung time, and then lalong nagfa-fester yung fear hanggang lumalaki siya. So you become confident when you take action. Pretty soon, the more you do something, the less afraid you will be about it. Another kwento I have is last year, nag-try ako ulit to reconnect with my old love. Nung bata ako, I really loved to dance ballet. Siyempre, pag bata ka, di ba, usually mga little girls pinapag-aral ng ballet. Ngayon, little boys na rin, which is good. So, dream ko lagi, well, actually, my original dream was to be a ballerina, pero wala akong talent. So, hindi ako naging ballerina, naging model ako. But, dancing ballet always gave me joy. And so, last year, kahit sa hindi na ako bata, I conquered my fear and I enrolled in ballet. Takot na takot ako kasi yung mga classmate ko, mga professional dancer, kahit na adult ballet siya. So ako yung pinakakulelat. Pinakakulelat talaga, as in, pag ako, nakaabang lahat ng mga professional dancer to see and watch me and very patiently wait for me to learn the step. Diba? And for me, that was such a big step in conquering my fear. Kahit takot akong mukhang tanga, mukhang kulelat, I really just focused on my love for dancing. And when I was dancing, I was so happy. Parang mangyak-ngyak ako kasi iba yung klaseng joy yung nabibigay sa akin ng ballet. Never mind if I'm not good at it. But for me, the fact that I was there meant I conquered my fear. So I took action. I don't think I'm ever going to be a professional ballerina, but it gave me joy. Sayang lang nagka-pandemic and then the school closed down. Sayang. But another quote related to prepare is, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, from the philosopher Seneca. Eh di ba sabi nila, or sabi ng marami sa atin nagsasabing, pag nainggit tayo sa somebody, buti pa siya, nakakainggit naman, successful siya. Hindi yun lahat swerte. Hindi yun usually. Ang swerte naman niya, swerte mo naman, ganyan ka. Hindi yun lahat swerte kasi yung swerte, it's just a matter of preparation meeting opportunity. So for example, gusto mong maging sikat na artista. So, swerte mo kung na-discover ka. Pero sana may preparation ka para pag na-discover ka, ang galing mo na, di ba? Mas lalo kang magsasucceed. So, just to refresh, help yourself, prepare, take action, and you will be more confident about your fear. Number 3, be curious. Pag curious ka, mas madaling ma-conquer yung takot. Think YOLO, you only live once, di ba? Sabi niyo ng mga millennial. Hashtag join lang ng join, which is the name of my show, which is my favorite hashtag and life philosophy. Don't overthink it, join lang ng join. James Stephen said, curiosity will conquer fear even more than bravery will. Minsan, di ba, di mo naman iniisip yung takot. Curious ka lang. Curious ako kung sumali kaya ako sa ganito. Or curious ako, join kaya ako sa choir. Curious ako, try ko kaya itong hobby na to. Minsan, pag curious ka, di mo na naisip yung takot sa sobrang curious mo. Also, a big reason for our fear is meron tayong inner critic. Alam mo yung kontrabida sa utak natin na always telling us, nako, 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 wag kang ganyan, wag kang pupunta dyan, ganyan. Kala mo, galing-galing mo, kala mo, silence, di ba? Quiet down that inner critic. Always stop worrying, what will people think of me? More importantly, what will you think of them, di ba? I don't know if it was Oprah who said, I used to think when I entered the room, what will the people inside think of me? But now I think, what will I think of them? Kailangan medyo GGSS ka ng konti, gandang-ganda sa sarili. Kasi pantay-pantay naman tayong nilikha sa mundong ito, di ba? Wala namang kailangang mas nakakaangat sa iba. So, hindi tayo dapat pangunahan ng takot dahil lang sa tingin natin mas mataas ang pwesto nila sa buhay than us. We're all equal. So, do not be afraid of what people think of you. Isipin mo lang. Gusto kaya nila ako? Gusto mo ba sila, di ba? Madaling sabihin, di ba? Paano kung mga boss yung mga nandun? Siyempre, you care what they will think of you. So, mahirap yun tanggalin. But then, just silence your inner critic and instead, try and have an inner cheerleader. You know, yung cheerleader na imbis na sinasabihan ka ng mga negative thoughts na, huwag kang ganyan, kala mo galing-galing mo, di ka naman magaling. Kailangan i-replace mo yung inner critic with an inner cheerleader who will say, girl, kaya mo yan. Girl, go girl, push mo lang yan, te. Kailangan palitan yung inner critic ng inner cheerleader. Thank you, user 6487-254 for following me. I hope you can all follow me. I'd be so happy. Number 5, this is something that I have been using forever. Act as if and you will be. Fake it till you make it. Minsan, kahit hindi naman tayo matapang, pag finake natin, pwede nating malagpasan yung takot if we fake it. So just pretend for a day. Like, I will pretend to be very brave today. So you just walk into the room, wherever you're afraid, about whatever situation you're afraid of, you just fake it. You just act like you're brave. And before you know it, parang nasasaniban ka ng katapangan and then you become brave. Diba? Later on, hindi mo na malaman yung difference. Matapang ba ako or nagpapanggap lang ako? Hindi mo na alam kasi nag-blur na yung lines. Also, I like the word, ayusin ko lang yung bangs ko. Nakakairita talaga. Meron ba kayong solution sa aking banks problem? Okay, be audacious. I like this word, audacious. Audacious means you are willing to take bold risks, di ba? Hindi naman it's not necessarily translatable to being fearless. You're just willing to take big risks, di ba? Parang isipin mo na lang, alam ko, hindi magandang philosophy in life yung bahala na. Pero minsan pag takot tayo, isipin na lang natin, bahala na, gagawin ko na to. And then you be audacious. So act as if and you will be. Like for example, from my transition to computer programmer to model, mahirap yun kasi di ba mahiyain nga ako, programmer, introvert. Ang model, ano ba yung model? Confident, laging poise na poise, di ba? Laging hindi ka takot rumampa sa harap ng maraming tao. How did a nerdy computer programmer suddenly become a model? I just conquered my fear step by step. I pretended. Puro model yung mga kasama mo, di ba? Saan ka kukuha ng lakas? I just pretended that I'm one of them. And then, naipasa rin, di ba? Naitawid rin, yun yung tamang term. Of course, nung umpisa, pag beginner ka, medyo baluktot yung lakad mo or medyo kukuba-kuba. Nakikita mo talaga sino yung beginner tsaka sino yung hindi. Pero lahat dadaan doon. Kahit naman yung mga beauty queen, di ba? Like Pia Wurtzbach, it took her 3 times bago siya nanalo. I'm sure nung umpisa, hindi pa siya ganun kagaling. Pero on the 3rd try, magaling na siya. So, you just pretend that you're one of them, one of whoever you're emulating. And before you know it, tatapang ka rin. Masasaniban ka ng katapangan na finake mo lang. Another thing I like is independence. Be truly independent. Because when we are independent and we are self-reliant, di ba? We don't need anyone. Minsan takot tayo dahil um, dependent tayo to someone. Let's say you're in a bad relationship or a bad marriage. And takot kang iwanan kahit na alam mong yun ang dapat. Kasi dependent ka, di ba? You can say, maybe you're economically dependent, financially dependent. Mahirap maging fearless kung may kailangan ka. So I'm not saying we don't need anyone. I'm saying work hard on yourself and do your best at whatever you do so you can be independent, so you won't need anyone. Of course, we need people, but if you know that you don't need anyone to survive, you will be more fearless, di ba? You'll know na if I walk away from this all, I will survive. And then that's where your courage will come from. If you are dependent, even let's say with your parents, di ba? Of course, they only want the best for us and they only raised us the way they knew how to raise us. So there's no sense in blaming them. But let's say, like in my case, they chose my future for me, my career path for me, because I was so young. I entered high school at 11 and I entered college at 14. By 18, tapos na ako ng college, nag-work na ako. So when you're that young, naturally your parents would like to be the one to choose your career path. Sorry, may na-distract ako ng message, pero tutuloy natin yan. Hi po, matagal na kayo nasa KUMU kaso di ko pa siya tinutuloy. Ngayon ko lang po uli, sana matulungan niyo po ako. Sige, ask me your question and then I'll try to help. Where was I? Oh, so, but what they chose for me, which is computer programming, is really not what I loved. What I really wanted to do was to be a model. What helped us financially independent. Nag-save ako ng money from my computer programming job for a year, one whole year, hanggang naka-move out ako, hanggang I was self-sufficient. Like, pwede na akong mabuhay mag-isa. So by the time na in-announce ko sa kanila, I'm changing careers, I'm leaving my job, and I'm going to be a model. Nakakatakot sabihin yun sa parents, di ba? Kasi natural magagalit sila. Pero mas nagkaroon ako ng tapang kasi independent na ako. Wala na silang masasabi, di ba? They could not say, habang nandito ka sa ilalim ng bubong ko, kailangan sundin mong gusto ko. Not that they were like that. Of course, they're disappointed. But being independent and being self-reliant, knowing na kaya kong mabuhay on my own, really helped me choose the career that I wanted and make life decisions on my own. So yon, you cannot be fearless unless you are truly independent. Maybe you can a little bit, but take baby steps in order to be independent. Even if we say, mayaman naman yung napangasawa ko, hindi naman niya ako iiwanan. We never know, di ba? Kahit mabait siya, pwedeng may mangyari. So really try and make your own money, chart the own course of your life, and be self-reliant. Hello to Ryan, Janine Ramirez, twins by 2009. Michelle, hello, Kanish, user, Ryan. Wow, thank you for all the diamonds and the hearts. So happy you're all here. Okay, wait lang. Bank's intermission. Ayan. Next, ask for what you want. Diba minsan, nainggit tayo sa ibang tao. Bakit siya nagkaroon ng ganon? Or, bakit ang successful niya? Paano siya kinuha for that job or whatever? Minsan, makapal lang sila eh. Diba? That's why, minsan kailangan talaga ng kapal. Diba? Minsan, kung antay lang tayo hanggang mabigyan, walang mangyayari, kailangan magpakapal. Anong mawawala, 'di ba? Not saying na maging rude or maging bastos, but I'm saying na minsan you have to ask for what you want and not be scared to do that. So I actually made an acronym called EPAL, or Enable the Pursuit of an Exciting Life. Kasi minsan if we ask for what we want, you may or may not get it. But what if you get it? It's because you asked, di ba? Ang daming sayang na ma-experience mo sana kung nagtanong ka lang or hiningi mo lang. According to Anais Nin, who is I don't know how to pronounce it, kung Nin or Nun, but I think French siya. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. So, anong sabihin nun? The braver you are, mas lalawak yung excitement ng life mo. And if you are always afraid, you're afraid and you only want to stay in this small circle, you're afraid to dare go outside of your comfort zone or dare try other things out there, minsan yung kind of life you'll have is ganun lang, di ba? It's not, it's hard to blame people rin na ganun kasi minsan gusto mo safe na lang, di ba? Dito na lang ako sa job ko, at least steady income, di ba? Wala masyadong hirap, wala masyadong stress, wala masyadong challenge. Nasa sayo yun. Pero kung gusto mo ay exciting, ibang mga experience, mamimit mo iba-ibang klaseng tao, then be brave enough to go outside of your bubble and try to see the world, conquer the world, not literally the world, but expand your own small circle. Hello to user 6490844, Apiniv and Niche. Thank you for all the halo-halo. So yun, ask for what you want. You never know talaga. Fearlessness takes practice. Kailangan practice mo yan. Do the thing you fear and keep on doing it. Travel in the direction of your fears, di ba? Paano mag-practice ng fearlessness? Lista mo lahat ng takot mo and then, like I said, i-break down mo and then kusain mong puntahan yung fear. For example, meron akong fear of swimming kasi nung bata ako, parang I almost drowned. So ever since, takot ako lumangoy. And then it's been such a big fear, and then nalilimit yung experience ko rin. Like, pag nagda-diving yung mga friends ko, nakaupo lang ako sa bangka, or pag nagsiswimming sila, nandun lang ako sa mababaw. So last year rin, my friend started teaching swimming lessons for adults. And then nag-try ako. And then within 1 hour, natuto na ako lumangoy. Well, hindi pa. Takot pa rin ako sa malalim. Like, pag hindi ko na natatapakan yung floor, takot ako lumangoy. Pero at least nakakatawid na ako. As long as makakatayo ako, di ba? Baby steps nga. So, kailangan talagang ito-try mo puntahan yung fear. If you have a fear of heights, pwedeng i-conquer mo yun by going up a tall building, di ba? Unti-unti hanggang ma-desensitize ka. Ang daming ways to conquer your fears. You just have to Google it and then you can find ways. Or let's say you have a fear of public speaking and it's really preventing you from being more successful at your job, for example, di ba? Kung biglang hihiya ka lagi kasi takot ka talagang magsalita in front of other people. There are ways, believe me. Just go to YouTube University, ang dami-daming ways. Or magpatulong ka sa friend. Let's say, takot ka nga mag-English kasi mali-mali. Or maybe, na-trauma ka kasi napahiya ka nung bata ka. Pwedeng i-erase yung trauma by taking concrete steps and really arming yourself with the knowledge that it will take to conquer your fear and turn that liability into an asset. Hello to Maiskia of Fearless. I love your name. Fearless 088. James Stowe LI 22. Tain, Pamela Kamagay, Sandra Kia. Hello everyone, and thank you for all the halo-halo. So how many of you know Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs. who founded Apple. He's the guy behind our iPhones and our iMacs. So Steve Jobs died of cancer a few years ago. And he has this very touching quote, which I think I practiced this ever since my best friend died 4 years ago. So Steve Jobs said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. If you knew na mamamatay ka bukas, anong gagawin mo? Matatakot ka pa ba to really pursue what you want? Siguro hindi na, di ba? Parang kesihodang pagtawanan ka or kesihodang mag-fail ka. Gawin mo ng gusto mo kasi mamamatay ka na eh. Well, news alert, mamamatay tayong lahat. Hindi natin alam kung kailan. Pwedeng bukas, pwedeng in 50 years. What are you gonna do between now and then, di ba? Are you still gonna be afraid? I think the pandemic has shown us really that life is short. A lot of our loved ones either died or almost died, or we really learned the value of life, and we really learned how to value our time and our life on earth. And we really, hopefully all of us thought about it hard and thought about anong klaseng buhay ang gusto kong magkaroon from now on, kasi hindi mo talaga alam, di ba? So, pag ganun ka mag-isip na life is short talaga, mawawala yung takot kasi gagawin mo na yung gusto mo. So, for example, for me, my decision to leave the corporate world was also hinged on the fact that life is short. So 4 years ago, namatay yung best friend ko, and parang akong nasampal sa face kasi naisip ko, oh my gosh, kausap ko lang siya last week, patay na siya ngayon. Life is really short. Gagawin ko na talaga yung gusto ko. And so I thought, in the corporate world, I was very fulfilled, I was successful. I think I had a very fulfilling life, and I think I helped also empower a lot of readers through my work. But I thought, I think now I want to spend time on focusing on myself, what I want to do, focusing on all the things that make me happy, focusing on other things in life. Now, usually, our career path is we work so hard until we can't work anymore, and then we don't have time anymore to enjoy life. So I decided to put a premium on enjoying life because nga life is short. So, yun. I hope we'll all remember the quote of Steve Jobs and the lessons that the pandemic has taught us. So, what's next? Kumusta po from user64. Thank you to all the follows. If you want to chat with me or ask me a question, please do so. You're very welcome. Next. Les Brown said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot be your best. And if you cannot be your best, you cannot be happy. And if you cannot be happy, what else is there, diba? Sometimes we're stuck in a rut, we're stuck in our small comfort zone, we're stuck in our small circle because we're so afraid. And when we're afraid, we don't want to risk, dito na lang ako sa safe, you cannot grow. Day in, day out, ganun na lang. Hindi ka nag-grow, hindi ka natututo ng bagong things. If you're not learning new things, you will stagnate, diba? And if you stagnate, what else is there in life, diba? Yun at yun na lang. Baka naman gusto mong iba, baka naman gusto mong matuto ng iba pang bagay. Nakakalungkot din yun. And if we want to be happy, we really have to grow. Hi to Melissa. Hi to Lou Dresses. And to Cherry. Thank you for the halo-halo. Oh, yung daming halo-halo. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You must be happy. Lou, baka meron kang tanong dyan. Pwede nating sagutin yan. Oh my gosh. 35, 36. Pwede rin diamonds if you like. Oh, see you, sir. Oh my gosh. 47. Halo-halo. 50. Uy. Siguro natutuwa ka sa sinasabi ko. Yes or no? Oh my goodness. Oh, sige pa. Tuloy-tuloy pa. Thank you so much. Or Ludre. Is that Ludre? Says Z. Are you part of the Ludre gang? Nice to see you. Kumusta na si Lou and Dre? Sana mag-guest ko rin sila dito, di ba? 9. This is what I love. I love to say, malay mo, wala namang mawawala. Always ask, what if? Alam ko nun sa mga staff ko dati, whenever I would assign them something that they found maybe a little bit hard, like let's say, I'll say, interviewin mo si, oh yan, yes ma'am, Ludre, pa-share naman po dyan. Ay, si Nish. Thank you, Ludre, for all the halo-halo, and thank you for following Ace Voice and Kilig. Sorry, anong sinasabi ko? Oh, for example, nag-assign ako sa staff ko. Okay, sa tong banks na to. Okay, sa staff ko. Oh, interviewin mo si ganyan, so-and-so big shot person. Tapos natatakot sila. Or I'll say, punta ka, for example, there was a story we did on a model who killed a fellow model for Cosmo to. Crime story. And then nakulong yung isang model. So minsan may mga assignment na ganun. And if the staff is afraid or worried, I always say, malay mo, di ba? Anong mawawala? I always say that, malay mo, what if, di ba? Sa totoo lang kasi, ano namang mawawala? Minsan kahihiyan lang, di ba? Eh, ano ngayon? Di na pahiya ka. Next. Charge it to experience na lang. So always ask, what if you try, di ba? There's a quote from a poem by Aaron Hansen. And there's a line there that says, what if I fall? Pwede rin yun, what if I fail? And then the answer is, oh, but my darling, what if you fly? Di ba? Every time we jump, we either fall or fly. So don't immediately think that you will fall. Think maybe you will fly, di ba? Maybe this is the jump off point you need in order to soar, but you need to jump. You can't just stay on the cliff forever. Sometimes you need to jump. So whenever there's something scary, just think to yourself, malay mo, di ba? Try ko lang. Try mo lang. Try ko lang. Walang mawawala. Anong mawawala? Actually, walang mawawala. It's all in our head. Next. Regret nothing. Never regret. If it's good, it's wonderful. If it's bad, it's experience, di ba? When you think back about your life, marami ka bang regrets? Sana hindi ko na lang to ginawa. Sana ginawa ko to. Just remember, everything you did, bad or good, success or failure, everything you did in your life led up to this point in your life, di ba? Kung ano man tayo ngayon, produkto yan ng lahat ng mga nagawa natin, good or bad, wrong or right, di ba? So you should not regret kasi pag meron kang inibas sa ginawa mo in the past, baka hindi ka makarating sa point na to, di ba? So do not regret. I have a friend, every time magko-comment siya, for example, in the office or let's say somebody's asking for feedback, she will give her comment and then later on, tell me on the side, naku, ang taray ko ba? Grabe ba yung sinabi ko? Eh kasi naman, yun lang naman yung hinihingi niya, di ba? Tinatanong naman niya talaga, di ba? So much self-doubt. I mean, nasabi na niya. And yet, ang dami niya pang doubts afterwards, di ba? Parang nagre-regret siya na sinabi niya yon, di ba? You waste so much time overthinking what you said, what you did, what you didn't do, what you did do. Of course, learn from your mistakes. Learn what you could do better. Learn how to improve. But there's no point in crying over spilled milk or actually ruminating or thinking too much about something you already did or said. So pag may nangyari, whether you're happy about it or not, wag mo nang isipin, di ba? Next, natutunan ko to sa modeling kasi nung umpisa, ang palpak ko talaga, kuba, baluktot, palpak maglakad. Meron akong arm swing na hindi pantay and then parang lagi akong pinapagalitan ng director, ba't kaya kang maglakad? Para kang tipaklong. Di ba? Pero talagang pakapalan na lang talaga, practice, 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 and then show after show after show. Instead of thinking, ang palpak ko kanina, or baka nadidismaya ako na ang sama ko talaga kanina. Inisip ko na lang, next, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow there's another show, I'll do better tomorrow. What can I do now if I'm thinking about what has already been done? Of course, nire-review ko nun yung mga video ko. Let's say may video of the show, inaaral ko ano yung mistake ko, ano yung pwede kong i-improve. Pero there's no use thinking needlessly about what has already transpired, what you said, what you did. Finish, diba? If you did something wrong, maybe you need to apologize, but there's no use always thinking. Dapat ganito na lang, or tingin mo, nagalit siya, or whatever. Tama na, wala nang time, sayang. Just remember, in the end, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave. Diba? How many people do you know na feeling natin, mas magaling pa ako sa kanya, bakit nag-succeed siya? Or, papak naman yung kumanta, bakit naging famous singer siya? Or, artista ba yan? Pangit naman yung umarte. Bakit naging artista siya? Siguro favoritism, or siguro whatever. Grab time mainggit. Tandaan, hindi sila perfect, pero brave sila. They tried, di ba? They dared. They asked for what they wanted. We know so many people like in our industry, di ba? Parang once in a while somebody will say, paano siya nakasulat ng libro? Ang palpak niya magsulat. Kasi matapang siya, di ba? I'm not saying na hindi tayo dapat maging excellent in our writing or whatever it is that we do. Of course, we need to do our best. Pero minsan, daig ng matapang ang magaling, di ba? Minsan, di ba sabi nila, daig ng masipag ang matalino. It's not always the smartest na nagsasucceed. Minsan, matalino sila pero hindi sila masipag. So, daig ng masipag ang matalino. Pero minsan, daig ng matapang ang magaling, di ba? I'm not saying wag maging magaling. Of course, we should all strive to do our best so we can be the best at what we do. But sometimes, you have to really add in bravery. Imagine kung magaling ka na, matalino ka pa, masipag ka pa, matapang ka pa, o di ikaw na. Yan ang ideal. Pero in the meantime, kung hindi pa tayo matapang, hindi pa tayo magaling, hindi pa tayo, masipag, dapat masipag tayo, di ba? Hindi pwedeng tamad, sayang. Pero minsan, bravery really trumps perfection. So remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be brave. But really do your best so you can be the best at what you do. So, okay, let's go back to all of you who are saying hi while I fix my bangs. Hello to Laird de la Cruz. Lee X, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the halo. Uy, thank you for all the diamonds. I really appreciate it. Hi, everyone from Michelle Fire, Mitch Drino, Scratchy Meow. Hi. O baka may questions kayo dyan. El Nico Official, halo. Thank you. So, saan ba kayo? Pa-notice po. Hello. Paano ba magpa-notice? Ayan, thank you for the lechon. Oh my goodness. Yun, wala ba kayong tanong? Siguro lahat kayo walang takot. Siguro lahat kayo fearless. Kakaingit naman. Pa-shout out po. Okay. Fi the Bagundang. F.I. the Bagundang. Tama ba? Hello. Tama ba yun, Fida? Hello to Bebero Bays. Wow, ang dami kong hearts and diamonds and halo-halo. Ludre. Ludre says, Z, naku, ang daming halo-halo. Super, thank you. Diamonds naman dyan. So yun, please naman, follow me in KUMU at Myrza Sison. Kung nahirapan kayo maalala yung spelling, just think of Myrna and then change the N with a Z. Instagram at Myrza Sison, Facebook same, Twitter same, and check out myrza.com, my website. So, gusto niyo bang mag-review on how to be fearless? Balikan natin ulit. Okay, number 1. How to be more fearless. Number 1, know yourself inside out. Think of your strengths, your weaknesses, and dissect your fears. Know your fears and know your power. The more you know who you are and what you want, the less things will scare you or upset you. Number 2, help yourself. Prepare. Be proactive, diba? You won't be scared if you are doing something about it. If you're sitting there and thinking, overthinking, and thinking of your fear, nothing will happen. You have to take steps. Remember, nobody's lucky. It's just that they prepared and then they ran into opportunities. So don't believe in luck. Believe in preparation. Be curious and think YOLO and think join lang ng join. If you're curious, it will help you conquer your fear more than being brave. Silence your inner critic, di ba? Patahimikin na si intromitidang intrigarang nega in your head. There's a negatron in your head saying, di mo kaya yan, di mo kaya yan. Mahina ka dyan, wag na lang yan. Ang sasabihin nila, quiet. Replace the critic with a cheerleader who will say, girl, kaya mo yan. Push mo yan, te. Kaya mo yan. Also, instead of thinking, what will people think of me? Always think, what will I think of them? Remember, it's your life, not theirs. Act as if and you'll make it. Fake it till you make it. So if you're afraid, just pretend you're not afraid. And then you will be not afraid. Be audacious and be willing to take bold risks. 6, be independent and self-reliant. Be sure you need no one financially. Well, emotionally, of course, you need people, but be so secure in yourself that you can exist without anyone. And then love will be better, relationships will be better, and you won't be so afraid to lose a relationship because you will have tested your limits and your potentials and your ability to be by yourself. You know, everybody has a friend na hindi na babakante, di ba? Like they always have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Good for them, but then maybe bad for them kasi only when you are alone and single, really, and of course, living on your own, will you really know yourself inside out. Believe me, nangyari sa akin yan. You really learn na kung may sakit ka, it's your responsibility. Kung feeling kawawa ka, you'll snap out of it kasi you just need to do what has to be done, di ba? And the more independent you are, the stronger you will be. And it's better to be with someone not because you need them, but because you want to be with them, di ba? Ask for what you want. Don't be scared. Anong mawawala? Sabi nila makapal ka. So what? Maraming makapalang nakakakuha ng better things in life. Remember, life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. So the more scared you are, the smaller your world will be. The more brave you are, the bigger your world will be. What do you want? A big world or a small world? Practice fearlessness. Face your fears. Travel in the direction of your fears. The more you do something you're scared of, the less you will be scared, diba? They say practice makes perfect. Of course, we aim for perfection, but even if we're not perfect, we try to be brave. Remember what Steve Jobs said when he learned he was going to die? All the fears faded away. He just did what needed to be done. So think you're gonna die tomorrow, and then maybe the fear will fall away. Very important. Without risk, there's no growth. Without growth, you cannot be your best. And if you cannot be your best, you cannot be happy. And then if you cannot be happy, what's the point of life? So risk, grow, be your best, and then you'll be happy. Always ask, what if? Malay mo, try mo lang, di ba? Walang mawawala. Wala talagang mawawala. Anong mawawala? Kahihiyan, sasabihin nila ganyan ka. Ano ngayon? Di nagawa mo na, di ba? Wala talagang mawawala. Try mo lang. Minsan may mawawala because let's say you're choosing between two important life decisions, and weigh the pros and cons and see in the end what will make you happy or what will not, di ba? Is it worth the risk or not? Always don't let things just like float about in your head. Write it down, and so you'll have a better grasp of the picture. Regret nothing. Stop overthinking what you already said or did, kung anong nagawa nyo. Tapos na yon. Next. Diba? If it's good, it's wonderful. If it's bad, experience. Charge it to experience. And finally, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave. Ano ulit? Daig ng matapang ang magaling. Daig ng masipag ang matalino, daig ng matapang ang magaling. Pero in a perfect world, sana tayo lahat ay magaling, matalino, masipag, at matapang. So yon, sana marami kayong natutunan. Marami rin yun for today. Pero sana na-inspire ko kayo, and sana we will all try to be more fearless than we were yesterday. Hi to Jake, 0406. Ludre says he gave me a thumbs up. Sana invite mo rin yung friends mong manood and to follow me. Celia Joy, hi. Jay Singh just followed me. Justin Verson just followed me. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for all the hearts and the diamonds and the likes. And I'm so happy you're all watching, and I hope to see you soon. Follow me on KUMU at Myrza Sison, Instagram at Myrza Sison, also Facebook, also Twitter, and myrza.com. Ayan. Finally, we are down to our last 3 minutes, and I am still fixing my bangs. Ayan, buo na siya. Stay. Huwag kang magsa-separate. Kung meron man akong fear of bank separation. Kasi nakakairita. I really start the show with intact banks, and then as the show progresses, separation of banks. Hello to Swanga for the halo-halo. Ikar Mutas. Jean, please follow me, Vilya81. Sana lahat kayo magfa-follow. Yon. Ano bang gusto niyo yung next topic natin next time? Sobra akong happy na nanood kayo lahat, and hopefully marami kayong natutunan, and hopefully hindi na kayo as fearful as you were today. Diba? Baby steps. Ano ba yung greatest fears nyo? For me, it's really losing loved ones. Kasi especially ngayong pandemic, ngayon natin na-realize na yun nga, anytime we could all die, or our loved ones could die. So I'm really trying to cherish every moment that I can with loved ones, diba? Especially our parents, they're away from us. So I try to overlook, in all the people that I love, overlook whatever it is that I don't like or would rather not think about, and then just think about the positives and try to appreciate them, appreciate life, be grateful for my life. Every time I want to complain, I just try and see the bright side. And I think the whole world is going through this, and it's really very nice to see kung anong kalalabasan later on. Like maybe lahat ng tao babait na. Sana lahat ng tao ma-appreciate nila ang isa't isa, kasi ang daming months din na wala tayong interaction with each other. So maybe we'll appreciate our fellow human beings and have a better existence. So thank you again. Thank you for having me on Spotlight. Thank you to KUMU for the opportunity. Thank you for joining Join Lang ng Join, and hope you will continue to join lang ng join. Find me on KUMU, and I'll see you again very soon. All right, bye everyone.